Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how I designed this gift card holder in ScanNCut Canvas. But I want to say thank you to Angie Judah for the design for the front. I saw a video recently where she made a gift card holder from an envelope and she used the Lots of Joy stamp set to design the front. Now, I'd already designed this gift card holder in ScanNCut Canvas and knew that I wanted to use it as a Christmas project, but at the time of designing it I didn't have an idea for the front. When I saw her recent video I knew that this would be a good project to use my design with. So in today's video I'm going to show you how I actually designed the gift card holder in Canvas. And then I'm just going to show you how I decorated it up. And the products are all Stampin' Up products, so you can buy the doilies in my online Stampin' Up shop. The tree and the greeting are from this Lots of Joy stamp set, which if you watched my video recently on the vintage and modern Christmas tags, you'll have seen me use this set of stamps. Once I'd stamped this greeting, I used ScanNCut Canvas to cut around the greeting with a 1.5 inch circle. I then cut a 2.5 inch circle in Cucumber Crush, which is one of the new 2015-2017 in colours. So I cut a 2.5 inch circle in that. I used a piece of gold mirror board or mirror card to cut a 1/2 inch star, which is a basic shape in the ScanNCut. Stampin' Up do a punch that matches this stamp, but I actually just fussy cut this by hand because it's just simple straight lines. Again, in the recent video I did for the tags, I cut the tree out with the ScanNCut. Got some basic pearls, and in my sewing projects I use quite a bit of hessian or burlap as it's known. So I've just pulled a few threads from there and tied a bow. I think she used jute string for hers. And then inside I've just put a piece of designer series paper, which is from the Subtles stack, and I think this is Pear Pizzazz, and this has got flowers. It's double-sided, so it's got flowers on this side and stripes on this side, and then there are 2 other designs, but I thought the stripes kind of lent themselves to the border that's in the stamp set. So I'm going to show you, as I say, how I designed the cutting file in ScanNCut Canvas, and then I'm going to show you how to assemble it all. And as you can see, it holds a gift card. The supplies that you're going to need are the Lots of Joy stamp set. I'm only using 2 colours. I'm using Cucumber Crush and Watermelon Wonder, both of which are the new in colours for 2015-2017. You need the cutting file, which I'm going to show you how to make. You need a piece of designer series paper that's 2 3/8 by 3 7/8. This piece of white card is the same size, but this is with, or will be with, your cutting file. You need to stamp the tree from the Lots of Joy stamp set. You need to stamp the greeting and then cut it out with a 1.5 inch circle. You need a 2.5 inch circle, a piece of ribbon or baker's twine or something to decorate the bottom of your tree, a 1/2 inch star from the basic shape directly in the machine. I've got some basic pearls, and Stampin' Up do this set of 20 note cards and envelopes, and the cards are all pre-scored for you. You just have to fold them in half and the envelopes are in the packet. And they do them in the white and they do them in the craft. So this cutting file that I've designed fits perfectly in one of these note card envelopes. And obviously you can decorate the envelope as well if you wish. Okay, so I'm in ScanNCut Canvas and I'm going to show you how I designed the cutting file for the gift card holder. I started off with a rectangle, so I came over to the basic shapes, chose a rectangle, held the shift key down and rotated it. Now, I've measured my gift card, and I think gift cards are all more or less the same size, so this should work for any gift card that you want to put inside it. And I determined that I needed a rectangle that was 2.75 inches wide and 4.25 inches high. So 2 3/4 inches wide by 4.5 inches high. So with the rectangle selected, I came up to the properties box. I unticked the maintain aspect ratio because I want to adjust the sizes independently. And the first thing I need to do is make this 2.75, and then I need to make this 4.5 inches high. Now, you could make your rectangle twice the width here, but when I'm designing, I sometimes find it easier to design something in halves and then weld together. But that's entirely up to you how you want to do it. So while this is now selected, I'm going to right click and hit duplicate and put my duplicate over to one side for a minute. Then I needed the bit where you tuck the card inside, so I needed to add something on. So I came over to the basic shapes and I found this shape. Now I know this is 2.75 inches wide, so this one I wanted to be a little bit smaller so that when it was folded in and then the card folds over, it all folds over neatly. So this one I made 2.5 inches wide. So I'm going to take this down, sorry, the wrong one, 2.5 inches wide. And then I know that this is about 4.5 inches high. So I just kind of placed it over really and looked at it by eye. And 2.75 is probably about right. It's slightly more than half, but obviously I don't need it to be as tall as the card. So what I did next is, while this bit was selected, I went to Edit, Flip, Horizontal, and then aligned. So I want these two to line up on the bottom because I'm going to weld them in a minute. Just going to zoom in a little bit more. Okay. And then I'm going to weld these two together. And they look as though they're overlapping, so I'll just back out a little bit. So I'm going to grab both of these. While these two are both selected, I'm going to hit weld. Now I'm going to come over to the path tool, which is the one next to the selection arrow, and I'm going to click just on this corner here. Hold my shift key down to drag out a straight line, and when I get to this bottom line, I'm going to double click, which anchors the line and selects it at the same time. I'm going to come to the properties box. I'm going to make it a cut line and then a dash line. And then if I click off, you can see that's now a dash line. Now I need to add a bit onto the bottom here that's going to be my glue tab. So again, I came to the basic shapes and I chose this shape. Again, I'm going to hold the shift key down and I'm going to rotate it. Again, I know that this section here is 2.5 inches wide, so I'm going to alter the width of this to 2.5 because that's the width I made this section, if you remember. And I'm going to position that on there, and I only want the depth of this to be about 1/2 inch, so I'm going to take, I've still got maintain aspect ratio unticked, so I'm going to take this down to 1/2 inch. and close that down. And again, I'm just going to zoom in to make it a little bit easier to see. I'm going to bring this up here and position it, and I'm just going to bring it in ever so slightly in width. So you can see now that this, what will be the glue section, is sitting within where this dash line is and this outside edge. Now these are all still separate pieces at the moment because I didn't group this dash line. So I want to just select the outside shape, hold my shift key down and select this shape here and weld those two. And because I hadn't grouped the dash line to this main shape, that's helped me weld this okay. If I'd have already grouped this, you get an error message because it can't weld with what it thinks is an open path, which is this dash line. So now I'm just going to double click on here and I'm just going to get rid of a couple of this node that I don't need. Okay, so as I say, I want a bit more of a surface area to put some glue on. So I'm just going to double click to select these nodes again. And I'm just going to bring this one out a little bit. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. And for some reason I've got a curve there, so I'm going to make it a straight line and then drag it out. And this is just to give me, when I show you how to put this together, it just gives me a bigger surface area to apply some glue on. So now I'm just going to zoom back out. I'm just going to grab everything and just move it over a little bit, and then I'm going to bring this one in now. Okay, so now I just want to weld this half to this half of this shape. So I want to put a dash line in here so I know where the fold's going to be. So I'm going to choose the path icon, just click above where these two sections are going to join, click, hold my shift key down and drag out a line, select the properties, make it a cut and a dash line. Now I'm going to select this rectangle, hold my shift key down and select this half of the card. I'm not touching this dash line or this dash line, hopefully, and I'm just going to weld. Okay, and now I can see, because I made this dash line extend beyond the card, it makes it easier for me to select. And once I get the arrow that points up, if I hold the shift key down, I can drag this in. And I can do the same here, get the arrow so it's pointing down, hold my shift key down and drag this in, and I know that dash line now is in the middle of this half of this section. Then I'm going to come to the path icon again and then do the same here, put my fold line in. So hold my shift key down, double click, select the properties box, choose cut, choose dash. Now I'm going to select everything and I'm going to right click and group. Okay, so that's the group now, and I've assigned the dash lines and the cut lines. So now I just want to make the piece of card that will stick on this inside section where you can write your greeting. So I originally started off with 2.75 by 4.25. So if I go back to the rectangle, hold my shift key down and rotate, come up to the properties box, keep the aspect ratio unticked, and if I make this 4.25 by 2.5, oh, going the wrong way, that should now sit in there. So that's the bit that you can use inside to put your greeting on. So I'm just going to give it a name now up here. I'm going to call it gift card holder. I'm going to save it into my projects, download it, and then I'll show you how to assemble everything. Okay, so let's assemble it all. So First of all, we're going to fold the score lines and burnish those. And then this is the bit that you're going to put your glue on. This is the bit that I altered the width to give us more of a surface area when I was in canvas. So fold it to what will be the inside of your card and apply some glue. I'm going to use some fast fuse because it's a stronger adhesive. Oh, and just before I do that, I'm going to put my piece of pattern paper on this inside. So I've got some glue runner here. I don't really need fast fuse for this, it's only paper. And I'm just going to position that kind of centrally there. Now, this is the bit that's got the glue on here. I'm going to tuck it in and fold it over and just give it a burnish. And then just go over there again. Then this is my piece of card where I'm going to write my greeting, where I've put my stamp design on. Going to stick this inside and just line it up roughly with the height of this one. So that's the inside. Get my doily, position it where I want to position it, and fold it over and crease it. And then just apply some glue to there, turn it over, and a little bit of glue on the back. Next thing I'm going to do is take a glue dot and just squash it up and put it on the bottom of the tree. And that's where I'm going to put my little bow, my little hessian or jute bow, like so. I'm going to position this 2-inch circle up here somewhere, so I'm going to use dimensionals for this. That one about there. Another dimensional, I think, on the back of the tree. I think I stuck the last one down flat. I think I'll pop this one up. Position the tree about there. Little glue dot on the back of the star for the top of the tree. Another dimensional on my greeting. Got some little basic pearls. You could use the rhinestones. I'm going to use a tiny one for the dot over the eye. And then these are a border strip that are on our pearls and rhinestones. They come in 4 different sizes and one lot is a border strip. And I think that's about it. And then when it opens up, here's the other one. Take the little card out, slide your card in. And as I said before, they fit in our note card size envelopes. So I hope you found that helpful. I hope the process of designing the actual basic card in Canvas was helpful. Again, thank you to Angie Judah for the idea for the front of my card. And all the products are available in my online Stampin' Up shop. If you don't have a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I would be more than happy for you to buy your products through my online shop. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you.